What it do, YouTube? It's your boy Legendary J-Maz, and we're here with a brand new series here on the channel, Madden 23 Las Vegas Raiders Rebuild. Let's get it, baby. We're going to pick it up here at the wild card. We've been waiting for them to add this back to the game. I don't know why this got not taken out, but they just haven't updated it. We finally got week 17 in a wild card playoff start to begin our franchise. As you can see, preseason week 1, regular season week 1, week 10, and week 17, as I'm pretty sure most of y'all remember watching this. They had one for every week, and they got rid of it. So we're picking up here at the wild card. Today's episode, we're going to be going through the offseason with the Raiders here, and then we're going to be picking it up. We're going to leave it off here at the beginning of preseason, and I'll let you guys decide whether or not you guys want to see some preseason action, or we could just get right into some week 1 action. But let's go ahead and hop into some of the awards. We're going just through the offseason today. This is going to be a playthrough franchise. We're going to be playing every game every week. So that's the plan here. You saw Offensive Player of the Year, Devontae Adams, and Defensive Player of the Year, Max Crosby. So, Madden recognizes, but they won't give Max Crosby All-Pro. They hating out here. Josh Jacobs also getting Best Running Back as well as the award. Here in the Super Bowl matchup for this series, the first year is Minnesota and the Chargers, who make it to the end, which as of today, January 16th, they were already eliminated in real life. So Giants lost a close one. The Chargers pulled off the ultimate choke job, blowing a 27-point lead. So yeah. Looking at our roster right now, well, we need to upgrade. Obviously, Derek Carr will no longer be on the roster. We got Devontae out there. We're going to look for a better wide receiver, too. I like Matt Collins, but he's probably going to regress. So we'll see if we can bring him back. Hunter Renfrow to be our slot guy. Tight ends, we're going to basically leave the same. Probably add some depth guys or something like that. I like having 2 tight end sets. Lumor, they actually improved our O-line pretty good in Madden, but right guard is going to be the position of need to upgrade. So we're going to be targeting that in free agency and the draft. Looking at the defensive side of the ball, Tillery actually still has a star development, or has a star development before regression. I'm guessing it's going to go away, but that's actually pretty interesting right there. But yeah, defensive tackle is very, very weak for us right there. Definitely got to be an upgrade. Bilal Nichols is somebody I actually want to keep around, so we'll go ahead and look into re-signing him. Rock Ya-Sin and Nate Hobbs are our cornerstone corners. Looking to add a top tier corner though, hopefully a number 1 guy. That way Rock could be the 2 and can move Nate back to the nickel. Linebacker wise, we still had Perriman and Diablo. I'm gonna let Jayon Brown probably walk. And then yeah, we're gonna probably rock out. I want to see Divine Diablo, or see if there's an upgraded middle linebacker that we could bring in as well. Perryman, we might bring him back as well. Deron Harmon, I'm probably going to let walk, and we're going to move Morig back to free safety and look for a strong safety as well. Obviously, the edge rushers were solid already. But yeah, that's a look at the roster there. Coming over here, the Chargers do end up winning the Super Bowl right here in year 1 of this franchise, basically. And we're going through some retirements now, looking through, seeing if Brady would be available. I'm still coming into it. I was planning on getting Brady, but even if he was available, I'm pretty sure there's no pay cuts in Madden, so unless his motivations were in our favor, probably wasn't looking too good for us to get him anyway. Like I said, the whole point of cutting Carr was to save some money to upgrade this defense. But and there he is right there. Brady did retire after 23 years, so that's not even an option anymore anyway. So looking at it now, we're probably going to look for a mentor QB, and we're going to look to draft one of the guys in the draft. It's either going to be, Bryce Young is going to be gone. So it's either CJ Stroud, debating whether or not to trade up for him, as the Colts are definitely going to be picking him, or Will Levis, Anthony Richardson, or Hendon Hooker, the guys I was looking at. Right here, we're going into the re-signing period, though. We're going to go ahead and make sure we get Josh Jacobs back. Come on, all-star, top tier, all-pro, Pro Bowl, that guy. Come on, got to bring him back. Rock, we definitely want to bring back, as well as we did trade for him last year in the Yannick Ngakoue trade, so we do want to make sure we get him signed, and we do get him extended. Deron Harmon, we're going to let walk, and you're going to see a lot of people on this list, man. The Raiders had a lot of people due to injuries on here, man. It's crazy, a lot of one-year deals, but we're going to test Perryman out in free agency, see if there's an upgrade, or possibly bring him back. I'd like to bring him back because I really like him in real life. In Madden, he's not as great, but I still think he's real solid. Matt Collins, same thing. We're going to see if we get him for cheaper out in the open market. Foster Moreau, we go in to try and re-sign him right here. He is going to decline this offer, though. And, yeah, I had a feeling the motivations weren't there, so hopefully we could get him free agency. Jayon Brown actually does want to come back, but I'm going to go ahead and let him walk. I'm going to go with the younger Divine Diablo. Jermaine Illuminor had a lot of good progression, and his blocking skills are actually very solid. So we're gonna go ahead. I gave him a nice little about 6 a year for 2 years, and he actually does accept that offer. So we do get Luminor back to be possibly right tackle. We're gonna see who's available in free agency and kind of move around based off of that. Keelan Cole, we're gonna let him walk. Cleve Farrell, we're gonna let walk. Mir Abdullah, we're gonna let walk. Sidney Jones the fourth. He's a little interesting, but we're gonna let him walk. We'll see what it's looking like in free agency. Matthias Farley walk. Natane Moody, still a star development, 24-year-old lineman. So we're gonna see if we actually try and bring him back. 96 strength is real good. Got some good run blocking stats. Just got to get that pass block, I believe, finesse that was up. But yeah, definitely want to see if we can bring him back. So we offer him a nice little 1 year, $4 million, and he actually does take that offer. So we actually do get depth lineman back. So that's good to see right there. Going through, Jerry Tillery has some interest in coming back right here. Let's see if we can get it done. Gonna offer him $3 million for 1 year to come back, but he ain't feeling that one, unfortunately. Going through, what else we got here? Jordan Jenkins, no. Jakob Johnson, I like to bring back. I forget if I cut Carr or not already. I think I already did. So this is kind of the cap space that we have at the moment. $74 million. And we're going through the rest here. Brandon Parker, we could possibly bring back. Might look in free agency as well. Jared Stidham, just for the game, I end up bringing him back. Why not? I was like, for the realism's sake, he's probably coming back. So let's go ahead and offer him it. Make sure we get him re-signed. He does come back. So we skip ahead here to free agency now. We got a few options out here. CJ Gardner-Johnson looking pretty good. Marcus Peters has some interest in us. Orlando Brown as well. Jonathan Jones and Deron Payne. That is my number one option right there. Number one priority. Deron Payne is to get him signed. Derek Carr, yes, I did cut him already. We have $78 million in cap coming into free agency right here. So a whole lot of money to spend. Let's see what we could do with it to revamp this team up. But looking at it, man, freaking QB wise, Jacoby Brissett we could bring in for a 1 year deal. I'm trying to find a mentor. Andy Dalton, we could bring him in and make sure we draft one of these QBs. That way we get a nice little mentor scenario. Looking at wide receivers, Corey Davis is somebody I was looking at for our wide receiver 2. Got a good release, good deep route running and medium route running with some solid speed and catching abilities. He's someone I was really looking at right there. Also, right below him is Alan Lazard. His stats are very similar to Corey Davis, slightly better in some categories and not in some others. So that's somebody. Orlando Brown was someone I was very interested in until I saw $16 million a year. I was like, that's a little too much right there. But we go ahead and take a look at everywhere else right here. Nate Davis right there, right guard's real interested. I know he's got some decent run blocking. That could have been an option for us right here. But we end up settling here at right tackle. Terrence Steele and Brian Bulaga, 2 right tackles right here. Bulaga, as you can look at the stats on the right, actually has very good passing. And you look at the run blocking on Steele, 85, 84, and 84. Very good run blocking. I want to move him inside the right guard. Then we're going to get Bulaga at right tackle. And then we're going to probably move Illuminor over to left guard for now and continue to develop Parnum and Moody probably off the bench. Yeah. So that's what I had in my mind making these offers. So we go ahead and make the first one right there to Steele, and now Bulaga, we go ahead and make him his offer right there. About $8 million for them both each right there. So we get those offers in. And Deron Payne, this is the man I want right here. 95 strength, 81 block shed, 81 power move, looking like an absolute beast. So we go ahead and come in here. We're not messing around. We're giving him a real good offer to start. Very good strength on it. Got motivation to come here, and we got a full bar. We're ahead of everybody at the moment. Looking real good. Tahir Tart, also somebody we could possibly bring in. May look to bring him in on the next eval period. Or even David Onyemata right there, looking very solid as well. And then Mo Hurst, if we're looking for a finesse type pass rusher, could bring him back, former Raider right there. Moving over to middle linebacker now, Bobby Okereke is here. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but that's how I'm going to say it. 89 speed and some very solid zone coverage right there, and he is very motivated to come here. We're going to go ahead and make sure we get a good offer in on him. I really do like him as a middle linebacker. And yeah, we got a full bar with the only offer there. Looking pretty good on that one. And then corner, we got an option between James Bradbury or Marcus Peters. Both 30 years old, both 90 speed. Agility wise, looks like it goes to Peters. Awareness, slightly Peters, but the coverage ability, man, goes to Peters, but zone a 90 to 84 going to Bradbury, and 90 press to 81 to Bradbury as well. But Peters had the motivation towards us, so I figured we could try and save a little bit of money here as Bradbury just simply wasn't interested in coming to us at all. So we cut the money down on Peters and still have a pretty solid offer in for him right there. So that's going to be our top 5 offers going into this first evaluation period, and we'll see how many of these guys we get signed. So this is what we're rocking out with. We're going to lower Bobby Okereki's a little bit since we're the only competitor there. We go ahead and bump the bonus, leave the bonus at 3, but we drop it down to 3.5, his base salary. And still the best. We're still rocking out, looking good for everybody here. Made sure we're top dogs on everybody, and hopefully we get it done right here as we get into the first eval period. Nobody left on the targets. We go over to the signings, and we get 4 out of the 5. We miss on Daron Payne. He is not there, unfortunately. You hate to see it as we go over to Daron Payne, and the Seahawks brought the bag out for him. 2 years was that 8 mil and 12.8, 9 and 13 was that quick mass, 22 million right there over the 2. I think they slightly paid more than us, so he went with the money, unfortunately, if I'm not mistaken. I believe that's what it was. So yeah, that one hurt. I really thought we were gonna get Daron Payne right there. So we end up going to the backup plan. Tahir Tart does not commit to anybody, so we go ahead and target him. Made sure we were top dog there, and we also still have Onyemata just in case. But like I said, we weren't messing around with Tart. We made sure we got him a good offer. We're top dog there as well. Hopefully we can make sure we get him secured for sure. Maurice Hurst, we're also going to put an offer in for as well. We're going to drop it all the way down to a nice little one year $4 million deal. He had good interest in us, so we go a little cheaper on him, trying to get that guy in here with that nice finesse move. And Romeo Okora is somebody else I was looking at. 86 power move is disgusting, even with the 77 finesse. The block shed isn't really great, but he's a scheme fit. I think he could be a great pass rusher for us, so we're going to give him a nice 2-year, $5 million per year deal right there. Go ahead and get that locked up, hopefully. Moving over to wide receiver now. Like I said, it was between Corey Davis and Allen Lazard, and it's pretty close. The catching goes to Lazard. The route running slightly, I believe, to Corey Davis, but the release goes to Allen Lazard again. So it's kind of just picking who you want. Lazard is a year younger, so we end up going with that. I like a wide receiver with a good release, so we end up going after Allen Lazard right here. So let's go ahead and make that offer. Right there we go. And it's gonna be a nice little 2-year, I think 4.5 and 2.5. All right, that's what we go with to start. I think we do eventually bump it up a little bit right here as we look at our five negotiations going on right here. We go Ronnie Harrison Jr. strong. I wasn't really feeling any of the strong safeties, to be honest, and we're getting a little lower on the cap, so I wanted to make sure I didn't want to overspend too crazy and make sure we had some cap space for. We still have a lot of depth guys we got to get signed, so we went cheap right there at strong safety. But looking at it, yeah, Lazard, we end up bumping that up to 5, then a little over 2.5 for his bonus. But looking at it, we are top dogs everywhere. 4 bars or higher on all of them as we go ahead into this next eval period. And we go ahead and get Allen Lazard and Mo Hurst locked up. But targeting Okora still there, Harrison Jr. still there. And guess what? Tart is not there. So we miss out on another top defensive tackle. Unfortunately, don't know what happened. Not sure. We're top dog both times going into it. And Madden said, nah, you're not getting them. You're not getting them. Sorry. Daron Payne gets stolen from us. Hargrave had already signed. So all that was left was Tart. And Tart turns his fucking cheeks on us too. And goes to New Orleans instead. Terrible. Terrible. So it's up to Onyemata. We got to get him. This is a must now right here. Looking, we're not messing around. We bump it up. Make sure we give him $7 million for a 1-year deal. Trying to make sure we get that one locked up, lock and loaded. Top dog, only team interested in the hunt, so hopefully we're good there. We go ahead and go look to bring back Jakob Johnson right there. Foster Moreau, we're going to get an offer in on as well. I end up having to pay a little more than I was hoping, but he is going to be up there with one of our top guys. Top dog on everybody right there as we go ahead into this eval period, and we do get Onyemata. So we do finally get that defensive tackle, Foster. Ronnie Harrison also signed as well. All left here is Romeo Okora and Jakob Johnson. Both of them we're still the top dogs on, so that's good to see right there. Looking at QBs, I'm looking for somebody with a mentorship to hopefully mentor one of the QBs we look to bring in. Like I said, I'm thinking, well, Bryce Young's going to be gone. He's going to Houston. I'm thinking at 4, the Colts are going to take CJ Stroud. So it's kind of between either Will Levis, Anthony Richardson, or Hendon Hooker. So those are options. I kind of wanted to get some QB. So I threw an offer at Andy Dalton. Denzel Perriman, I figure why not? Let's see if we could bring him back and have 2 really good middle linebackers over the middle. But New York and the Colts both going hard at him, so it's probably not going to happen. We go into the next eval period, and we do get Jakob Johnson in, and Romeo Okora do sign. Going over Denzel Perriman, still there, but like I said, unlikely, and he does end up signing. We still have Andy Dalton there. Now we're competing with the Jets for him, and like I said, yep, Perriman isn't there, so we go over to the middle linebackers, and he does end up signing with the Giants. So he got himself a pretty good deal right there. Is what it is. Can't get too mad about it. And now as we go into signings, we eval again. And we look for Andy Dalton over here. And he did not sign with us. He ends up going to the Jets for less money for some reason. Don't know why. He's being a hater. And now at this time, all the QBs are gone. Derek Carr has gone to the New York Giants. So I wonder if we are playing him this season. Hopefully we are. That'd be pretty cool to see. Get a nice little rematch against him. And then looking at the QB still available. I mean, I'm looking for somebody with the mentorship. Matt Ryan, the only one here, really. If I wasn't looking for the mentorship, we go like Heineke or something like that. Gardner Minshew would be an option. Shoot, I think I see Jordan Love right there too. I'd probably go in on him. But Tyrod Taylor does have the mentorship right here. He is motivated to come here. I'm probably going for somebody who's a scrambler type. Tyrod Taylor, former Pro Bowl quarterback. Why not bring him in? So looking at our team here, before we get into the draft, obviously we desperately need a QB. We're not starting with Tyrod or Jared Stidham here. Jacobs looking like a beast though. O-line looking real solid after our signings with Bulaga at right tackle. Still, we do move him to right guard. So 279s on the right side. Illuminor over at left guard at 75. Andre James at 72. And then we're going to have Parham and Moody as backups at the guard positions, which looks very solid. And then defensively, we got Onyemata looking, solid. I would have loved Deron Payne right there. I'm not going to lie, but it is what it is. Nichols and Okoro with a good pass rusher right there on the inside. I like that. We get Marcus Peters. So now we have a solid 3 corners right there. So we're looking good there. Safety-wise, I like Morig back at free safety, but Harrison Jr., we'll see how he plays. Middle linebacker, I'm very happy with Bobby Okereke there. Divine Diablo in the middle with him as well. Edge rusher is going to be on Chandler, Max Crosby to apply the pressure with Okora as well. And heading into the draft here, I'm thinking that we're going to go hard for Jalen Carter, as you're going to see from our private workouts here. Stroud and Young are both at the top here. Looking at the stats there, Bryce Young is definitely someone I would trade up for, but for realism's sake, I don't think Houston's trading that pick. So we'll go ahead and leave them there. Jalen Carter and Miles Murphy are 2 defensive players I really want to get. And then looking at the rest right here, Will Levis, Anthony Richardson, both look solid. I'm not gonna lie, Anthony Richardson don't look as good to me with that C short accuracy. He has great throw power, has good scrambling ability, but that short accuracy really scares me. I don't kind of scared me away from him. So really, in my head, I was looking at Will Levis as an option, or possibly Hendon Hooker. Those are the ones I'm looking at. And if you come here and look at the scouting, I'm looking at Hendon Hooker. A short, A medium, B deep, and A to B throw under pressure. So we go ahead and throw that extra workout into him because we didn't know the throw under pressure. We'll go ahead and take a look at it after. Free agency recap, looking at where some of the people went. Odell, I believe, went to Detroit. Orlando Brown going to Tennessee. Juju to the Jets. Deron Payne stabbing us and going to Seattle. Hate to see it. Pat Pete going back to Arizona right there, even though he was talking shit about Kyler. Bobby Okereke, we get, what else we got? McCall Hardman going to the Steelers. Perriman to the Giants. What else we got? We got Steele Aguilar to the Texans. Just a few things there. Like, looking at the QBs, Geno stays in Seattle, Garoppolo to the Panthers, and Derek Carr going to the New York Giants. As they do let Daniel Jones go here in this franchise. And Daniel Jones ends up going to San Francisco. So it doesn't look like the Niners believe in Trey Lance, unfortunately. And Andy Dalton takes less money to go to the Jets. Hating on us. Ultimate hater. Carson Wentz does sign 2 to the Lions. Looking at the mock here, Miles Murphy projected to go number 1. Bryce Young 2. Will Anderson 3. CJ Stroud projected to go 4. And the Colts, I know they're really going to want a QB. They need someone to reset with. And I don't think it's worth trading up for, especially if we could go get Jalen Carter right there. Looks just like an absolute beast. A finesse, A power, B to D block shed, and I'm guaranteeing that block shed is higher, as I believe we actually do get to see it before we get into the draft. I'm positive it's a B going into it. I believe we see it, though, right before the draft, because I still haven't advanced a week. But like I said, Stroud is somebody that throw under pressure, man. I don't like that. I wish it was a little higher. Our O-line's solid now. It's not the best, but it's solid. I'd like someone, he can scramble around, he can make some throws, but yeah, I'm not sold. I think I'm gonna pass on him in this series right here. We're gonna do a little different, man. We're gonna go heavy on this defense. We're gonna see if we get us Jalen Carter right here. Tyree Wilson also looks very solid as well. So let's go ahead and get into it, man. As we head over here, Chicago on the clock right here, number 1 overall. They are going to go Miles Murphy with the first pick in the draft. Houston going to go as projected with Bryce Young there at 2. Arizona going to go ahead and take Will Anderson Jr. as projected. The Colts are going to end up taking C.J. Stroud. And here we are with Seattle here at 5. They're projected to go left outside linebacker. We go look at the draft board here. And Jalen Carter is the number 1 guy on the board at the moment. And then we look down. I'm looking for that left outside linebacker they're projected to get, and he ain't there. He's supposed to be lower. He's even lower than the top 10 that are still left. So I'm worried. I don't want to get hoed. We're going to go ahead and make a trade up right here to the number 5. It's only 2 spots. So we're going to go a little light on this offer here. So we're going to offer up our first round pick, our 3rd round pick this season. And then we're going to go in and offer them, I believe, the 4th round pick next season, just to move up 2 spots. A little heavy of a price, but I think it's worth it to try and get a generational talented defensive tackle right there in Jalen Carter, and that's what I believe he is. So that is what we're going to offer up on the table right here to Seattle, and they do accept it. So that's good to see right there. So we do move up a few spots. I like it. And we're going to go right away, right to him. Jalen Carter is going to be selected for us. Hidden development, as I thought. 88 strength, 81 speed, 89 acceleration. Jesus. And he looks like a beast, man. I think he's going to be one of the best players in this draft, and very happy we got him. And now we're going to go ahead and start skipping ahead. We pick in the 2nd round, but I am looking to trade up here into the 1st round to get that extra year of eligibility. Seahawks do go if they're left outside linebacker there. They could have went chalk right there, but I wasn't going to risk losing out on Jalen Carter right there. We go ahead and keep going through the sim here. Let's go ahead and see who goes where. Noah Sewell goes to from Oregon to Atlanta. Bijan Robinson going to the Eagles. They did let Miles Sanders walk. Jordan Addison going to Carolina with Jimmy G. Isaiah Foskey, right outside linebacker, going to Houston. Quentin Johnson, TCU, going to New England. Kelly Ringo, Georgia corner, going to Green Bay. Brian Branch, free safety, going to the Commanders. Pittsburgh going to go with Paris Johnson Jr., left tackle, get some protection for Kenny Pickett. Christian Gonzalez goes to the Lions. Jordan Battle going to Seattle. Miami on the clock. They go Jackson Smith out of Ohio State. They add even more wide receiver depth there. That's crazy. Jaguars, Josh Downs. Giants, Michael Mayer, tight end. Ravens go Cam Smith, corner. Cowboys go Peter Skoronski, left tackle. Get some protection for Dak. And now here we are at 25. And I have a very strong feeling Tampa's going to go Will Levis right here. I'm debating whether or not to trade up at this moment. Looking at it. I like the B. The B accuracies are good. He is a good fit with us. He's very fast too. Great throw power. He looks real good, man. But the accuracies is what just worries me. And with Will Levis, it's hard to say. Not gonna lie. I was really thinking about this for a cool minute. Anthony Richardson here, I took him off my board. Hendon Hooker is a day 3 talent, it says, but I don't see it. A, throw under pressure. A, short. A, medium. B, deep. And he has good throw power. Throw power is not as good as Will Levis. I believe his was great. I will say that. But I end up letting it ride. I'm going to go with Hendon Hooker here. I liked his stats a little more than what I saw from Will Levis. And Will Levis does go there at Tampa. Don't worry, we're looking at all the quarterback ratings after the draft to see if y'all want to flame me in the comments or not. See if it was worth it or not, Y'all can make your arguments down there. But here we go, nearing the end of the first round, and I'm going to look to get my trade up to get that extra year of eligibility right here. As Minnesota, I'm not going to trade with the Chargers. I don't trade with division rivals. So we're going to look at Minnesota here at the 31st pick, and we offer up our second round pick, a 5th, and I believe I'm going to take that 5th. Yeah, I think I go with 7th here. I don't think I leave that 5th on there, do I? I do take that next year. 5th off? No? Okay, I left it. 2 5s to move up, and they do accept it. Anthony Richardson's there, but I'm going to pass by him. We're going Hendon Hooker, Tennessee quarterback. He is older. I will say that. 24 years old. Will Levis was 23, but I'm going to go. We're going to let it ride. Hendon Hooker is going to be the pick for the Las Vegas Raiders. 88 throw power, 83 speed, 85 agility, 85 acceleration. We're going to see what those throw power, what those accuracies are looking like compared to Levis and others. And we'll see if it's worth it. We will see if it is worth it. But now we don't pick again for a while. I'm kind of just curious to see where Anthony Richardson goes here. So I'm kind of just simming till we see him go off the board here. Houston obviously not going to get him. Arizona I don't think would. But they actually do. They have Kyler Murray. I don't understand why they waste the second round pick on Anthony Richardson here. I really don't get the Madden logic there. But it is what it is. We skip to our next pick at 4. And DJ Turner, a 2 to 3 projection, is still here with A press, B man, and I believe A to C zone coverage right here with a good 40 as well. Looking very solid to me. This is going to be our pick right here at corner. Not really the biggest need, but kind of best player available at the moment. And we do get him 91 speed, 90 acceleration, 6 foot, 22 years old out of Michigan. I'll take that all day. Khalija Kansi, we'll go ahead and take a look at him here in the 5th round. Defensive tackle. The strength isn't great, but I like the A finesse move and the B power move at 22 years old. And his agility looks off the charts. Number 1 on the board in the 40. 77 speed. That 79 strength is what worries me with him. But we'll go ahead and take a look at his stats after. 6th round now. Jaleel Billingsley here. Tight end. Just looking to take a flyer on one. Just see if I hit on something. Maybe he's decent. The run block ain't great, but I saw the A truck in. A to C route running, A to C short. I figured, let's take a shot. He had some good speed on him as well. As he ends up having 86 speed at tight end, which I really like. So that's going to be interesting to see how he turns out. 7th round here, early pick. Jonathan Mingo is available to be picked up. B route running. Had some good speed. We take him 92 speed. Like to see that right there. And then just for fun, shit and giggles, I'm taking KJ Jefferson here out of the University of Arkansas. Just because he was nice as fuck in my Mississippi State dynasty. So I just took him for why not. His ratings weren't that great. And you'll see it right here. Looking at our prospects, man. This is what we got. 80 overall, Jalen Carter. 70, Hendon Hooker. 71, DJ Turner. 67, Casey. Billingsley is 62. Mingo is 68. And KJ, 53 overall. That is not good, my guy. Not good. But let's go ahead and look at them one by one right here. Looking at Jalen Carter, hidden development, like I said, 20 years old out of Georgia. He's going to be here for a long time. 88 strength, 85 power move, 78 block shot, 78 finesse with 81 speed. Just an absolute beast. Can't wait to use him. He's going to look like an absolute demon. Hendon Hooker with the late 1st round pick. Only a 70 overall. A little lower than I was anticipating. 87 short accuracy. 83 medium and 80 deep after the morale decrease. I don't know why he's sad. He's going to be a starter, man, in the NFL. You got Devontae Adams and Josh Jacobs and Darren Waller, bro. The rest of the stats are a little underwhelming. I thought his break sack would be a little better there. And I forgot the other one right there. But he looked pretty solid to me. I think those stats, the accuracy is what I was looking at, and that is what we want from our quarterback. We need someone to be able to hit those deep bombs. He has the throw power for it, has the accuracies. DJ Turner looks very solid at corner as well. Can't see right here. I love the finesse move at a 78, 73 power move, and a 71 block shed. The strength is the only worrisome with him. That is it, but he looks like a solid project to work on. Billingsley was a whiff. 62 overall. Tight end, not that great, but it's the speed. The speed kills. 86, 86. If we could work on the route running, maybe he could be somewhat of a pass threat in the offense, but yeah, he's definitely going to need some work before we keep him going. And then Jonathan Mingo right here, 68 overall. Looking at him, deep threat ability, 92 speed, 74 deep route running with the 77 release already to start is what caught my eye right there. So he's looking like he's going to be very solid for us. Hopefully we could develop him. And then, yeah, Jefferson, Jesus. 87 throw power. That short and medium's all right. And then you get to that deep. Ooh, the awareness is bad. Break sack's bad. Under pressure's bad. He can move around, though. But, yeah, whiffs there. Looking at the board, we do get the second highest rated player. Will Anderson is the highest at 81. Bryce Young, look at this man's stats right here. 21 years old, 79 overall, 86 short, 85 medium, 82 deep, and then 91 throw power. And then his awareness and break sack are all very good as well. Yeah, he looks like a beast, looking like an absolute stud. And then we go look at Will Anderson right here, the best player in the draft overall-wise, 21 years old out of Bama. 85 finesse, 84 block shed, 81 power move, 88 speed, bro. That is absolute demon timing right there. That is ridiculous. He is going to be absolute stud there in Arizona, taking over for J.J. Watt. C.J. Stroud here. This is the man we could have traded up for. He's very unhappy to be in Indianapolis. 77 overall, 90 throw power, 87 deep, 88 medium, and 88 short. Very solid. His break sack low. His throw under pressure is a 68 or 70 actually without the overall drop. That is kind of what worried me about him. Did I overreact on that? Possibly. But we got Jalen Carter, bro. I ain't mad about that at all. Jalen Carter looks like an absolute demon on the defensive side of the ball. And that is what we really need to we need that. We obviously need a new QB. No doubt about it. But I think we could develop it out of, it could have been out of Will Levis or Hendon Hooker. We end up going Hendon Hooker. We go look for the rest of the quarterbacks in this draft. Will Levis right here, going to Tampa. 72 overall hidden development. So looking like he kind of got the edge on us there already. And then the throw power, 92, 77 deep, 78 medium, and 81 short. So Hendon does have the accuracies over Will, but the deep bomb throwing is definitely in Will's corner at that moment. And he also has better intangible ratings as well. So you could argue we probably should have traded up right before to get Will Levis. And I want to argue with you at all. We probably could have made that move, got the hidden development out of it. But I'm still not mad at who we ended up getting with Hendon Hooker at 31. 70 overall, not the best. You know, it is what it is. We go look at Anthony Richardson. He's technically higher as well. 71 overall scrambler. The throw power is great. The deep throw accuracy is solid at 79. But those other accuracies are what worried me. His throw under pressure isn't that great either with the awareness. Yeah, I'm fine with missing out on Anthony Richardson. If those accuracies were any higher, if he had B's across the board, he would have been the pick. But he didn't. So we end up going with Hendon Hooker. And I like it. I'm not going to lie. I'm fine with it. I think we could develop Hendon Hooker, and I think he's going to be very solid in this offense that we have created for him. Looking at our offense right here, Hunter Renfrow got hurt during the practice that I simmed right away. And we're still waiting on Steele to come back from his injury, but he will be back for week 1 action. We're looking good. I think we got the weapons around Hooker to help him develop into the star that I think he could end up being. That is the plan, and hopefully we can execute it to it, man. Hey, we got the best running back in the league at the moment. We got the best wide receiver in the league with Allen Lazard and Hunter Renfrow, one of the best slot receivers. Looking real good. Defensively, we made the upgrades. We got a better middle linebacker in Bobby Okereke. Defensive tackle, we look real good with Jalen Carter and Onyemata. Romeo Cora, ultimate pass rusher right there at right end. Bilal Nichols comes back. We get Marcus Peters, a top-tier corner right there to lock it down with him and Rock on the corners. And we move Nate back inside where he dominates. Love to see that right there. And then we got the outside rushers. Crosby and Jones just got to keep it up. Keep bringing that pressure. Trayvon back at free safety. Ronnie Harrison, we're going to need him to step it up a little bit. And then I got to adjust some of the specialist stuff right here. But looking at the roster, man, I'm not going to lie. I think I did pretty well with it for our first offseason. Obviously, a lot more could be improved on the defensive side. And I think we could make a lot more gains here in the next coming seasons. But I'm really excited to get into some gameplay, man. We're going to leave it here at the preseason. Comment down below if you guys want to see some preseason action, or should we just get right into some week 1 action. Let me know down below in the comments. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. If you enjoyed the video, please, much appreciated. And yeah, let me know how you guys grade my offseason. Let me know down below in the comments. I'll catch y'all next time, man. Peace.